Hello and welcome back to Factory Town. In our last episode, we finished campaign level 2, and we're ready to move on to level 3. But since I recorded yesterday's episode, the new version, 171, came out, and I wanted to point out a couple of the changes to it. And a couple of the changes were, of course, on campaign level 2. Now in campaign level 2, you start out with a worker delivering planks to a general store, which is then selling those items to the houses. So you start out earning red coins right away, which we had to take a few minutes in order to get to, which was kind of nice. Which would be kind of nice, I should say. They also fixed some of the terrain in the area around the town, so it's probably a little easier to build extra buildings, which would have been nice to have too, especially because we didn't have the ability to adjust the terrain in that campaign level. And then there was one other change that I thought I saw. Oh, and they took out some of the kitchen recipes too that weren't possible in that level, which we didn't have a bump up against. But there are two major new features in this campaign, in this update. First is a trading post, which is a new NPC building that is on the custom games that we'll get to pretty soon. And we'll explore those a little bit, but they basically allow you to trade items with NPCs, or with the system, basically the game, and get different items out of it. But perhaps more importantly, the reason we're not going to get to that super soon is because campaign level 4 is now available. So once we work on campaign level 3 and get that finished, which we're going to do today, then we'll play campaign level 4. And I imagine by that time, we still won't see level 5 yet, so we'll jump into a custom game and explore the game in its fullest mode. So let's get started on campaign level 3. Okay, we start on a little town in a little island. Base level up to 5. We need a mine and a fishery. We talked about the mines in one of the previous episodes, I think, or maybe it was during one of the premiere chats. I think we talked about the mine. Someone asked about what happens when stone runs out, and you get that through a mine, and ore as well, which we haven't even talked about. We haven't even gotten to making iron yet, and we need to produce fish stool, metal conveyor belts, and rail tiles. So we're going to get into some of the more automation this time around. So let's go ahead and jump in here, and let's see what we can do. So here we have a crate, which is accepting the fish from the fishing boat out here on a dock. Houses. There's the base, and a lumber mill, which is making planks to be sold to the base. It's a fancy looking build there. They have, let's look at that. Structural blocks. Looks like they're using these wood bridges. They've used these wood bridges and the wood stairs, which is kind of neat. You can really get fancy with this. Half stairs, is that what those are? Yeah. You can really get fancy with your builds in this game. Alright, so let's just start out how we did the last time. We are now making, there's another category too in the housing. Specialty goods. Okay. So we obviously don't have any of that stuff yet, but we do have some basic food coming from somewhere. They're picking grain manually. Okay. So we should probably set up a market pretty quickly here. Food market. This house is right in the middle of the block. Let's move that. Maybe I'll put it over here, out of the way a little bit. And then food market. We need stone for that. Okay, well, I guess we mine some stone then. Let's, can we build a barn? We can't afford a barn. We don't have any stone for a barn. Okay. Get a worker then. And get that started. This person is also bringing the fish in. That's what's coming into the happiness here. There's fish coming in. And a little slowly, of course. There's fish coming in and grain coming in. And we could also start picking these berries too. I think I want to build the food market first. I think that would be better. So as soon as we get the 10 stone we need for the food market, then we can get that going. Hop, hop, hop. 6. I guess I should probably build another worker. Get that going a little bit faster. Could also put a path in here, like that. Make their lives a little bit easier. And also don't delete paths. I'm going to do that a lot. Oh, now we have BD Food Market. I think I'm going to put that here. These blocks aren't well sized. I do have to say that. Okay, and then you're going to go now to the food market. And you're going to go to food market. I don't want you to carry anything. I want you to carry specific things. There we go. If you use the click that person again. If you use the deliver everything, it will deliver everything. So not that there's anything else in that, but keep that in mind. Okay, so now we have grain and fish being delivered to the food market, which will then deliver to the houses more evenly. What else did we have going? There's apple trees over here too. Nice. Was that all we had going to the houses? I think it was. And yeah, we could do some berries as well. Maybe I should put up another worker in picking berries here. Just to have a variety of food. Okay, so let's build a barn. Oops. Build a barn. There we go. I'm going to put this one away. I'm going to have these workers deliver to the barn. Missed. Come here. You. There we go. Instead of delivering to the base. And then what I want to do here is, actually I should rotate that. Nope. Click and then, there we go. And put in a masonry. BD stonemason. We need 40 more. We need 40 stone for that. So we got a minute to go. We also need 10 planks. Oh, in the comments for the last episode, also, Wolfgang Eberharder mentioned that if you use the grabber, like we started using at the very end, you can actually pull things out onto a chute at like the second or third height out of a building, and then it can go downhill to a building that might be up one level from the say the barn. So if we had this barn up against a hill, we could get a stonemason. It was one tile above. We could still get stuff into the stonemason, which would be a nice thing to do. Dang, these blocks aren't good. What I wanted, I just want to rotate. There we go. And I suppose this is just one too small. One, two, maybe not. Nope, that's perfect. Let's bring these houses closer together, then have more space to work in. Let's move this one too. I'm gonna kind of cram them together down here. Maybe even this one as well. Make like a little neighborhood down here. Right. Okay, so, so now we should have plenty of stone. Let's BD and stonemason. Yep. Turn. Do one away. And then I want stone bricks made here, and I just want to shoot. It just goes like that. And that's perfect. That's all we need. And then the one worker who's working here will take care of that, and we can probably... Watching those numbers to see what they look like. Now let's do another worker. Yeah. Actually, we could... Oh, I have a better idea. Nope, not you. I have a better idea. Let's go in here and do the reservation thing again. Stone. Stone. Stone brick. Stone brick. And then we put another chute here. Oh no, you can't output stone bricks onto chutes. Doggone. And I also messed up my path here at some point. Well, we'll get another worker then. And when we can do a conveyor belt later on, we can do the conveyor belt. Okay, so now I want to improve this process as well with the lumber mill And the forestry, maybe. Yeah, let's do a forestry. Let's take out these paths. Assuming we can do the forestry. I guess I should have checked that first. Nope, we need to research it. Okay, so then let's do another lumber mill here. Maybe over here. Yeah, let's take these paths out. And I'm going to put in these paths again. That way this worker has some stuff that it can do. Oh no, we want this near water. Oh, also Wolfgang mentioned that there is a overlay. Fluid pipe overlay. You can actually connect pipes underground as well using the fluid pipe overlay. So we could potentially, we don't have pipes yet. Can we make them or do we need to research it first? We need to research it first. So I want to get a... maybe down here. Down next to the water. I wonder if you can put... Let's try this first before I go that far. Let's take one of these like this. Nope, not there. Here. Will that put water into the thing? No. Okay, so it needs to be connected via a pipe. Let's just delete that. Okay, so let's build one of these lumber mills down here someplace next to the water. We need more logs. Oh, we need logs. All right. In that case, maybe I will take these paths back out again. I know what I can do. I can do something else. Let's move this house out of the way a little bit. Maybe up here will be okay. And then let's put in a barn. Here. And a chute. Here. And then you can deliver to the barn. And then let's set the barn for this times 2. And then this times 2. And actually I should have offset this by just a little bit. Yep, I should do it like that. And then rotate this around. Oh, you can't do those either? Well, that's a bummer. Alright, fine. Let's do that then. Put a path in here for him to walk along. And then we'll just take this guy, who is currently hopping around up there, and have him just deliver the planks into the barn. You just, yeah, there you go. Good job, guy. We might need another tree cutter. But at least we won't have as much to go as far for the planks. Yeah, we need another tree cutter. Another bit here. That should help a bit. And then let's do another lumber mill. Somewhere down here. We just still don't have enough. Oh, logs, right. Alright, I need to do this then. And do input only on that. So that it doesn't go through. Yeah, good. So we're gonna have to pause our plank construction, or our plank, actually, let's do this then. Let's take the planks and the logs from there, down there, and store that stuff where it can go. That'll be a good job for you, my little hoppy friend. And not have it here in the base, because you can only store 4 different things in the base. So having extra stuff in the base doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Why are you going the long way? Probably because of that? Yeah. But before you hop too much, let's take these into the barn. And let's clean the base out. While these guys are working on filling this thing up with... They got 30 in there. Let's do the queue. Alright. So I can now put this down here. Almost. Oh, now we're out of stone. Yeah, I need to set reservations on that too. Let's do that. Now you can take the bricks back to the barn. Okay. And yeah, I need to have reservations on all the base items like this so they don't get consumed completely by the process, the downstream process. That's a smart thing there. And then we'll do this here. Or, even better, trying to get the right spot here. I think maybe that spot would be okay. Let's make paper here. That should get its own supply of water. It does. But we need to take a chute. Oh, we need a grabber. Can we make the grabber? Yeah, we can make the grabbers already. Let's bring the chute down here. And then I just need a grabber. The logistics. Oh no, it's locked. Doggone it. Okay, well I'm just going to do it like this then. And just do a partial chute, and we'll just add another worker here. BWW, or just hotkey 1 would be the smart one to do. And we'll just have him take from that tree and put it onto the chute for now. Once we get the grabbers, when we unlock logistics, we'll have that. And then I need a barn. Down here. And I don't think paper can be... Maybe it can. Can it be chuted? No. Okay. Then in that case, I want to put in a path and a worker. Take the paper there into the barn. And I want to do that so that we don't get any more than 100 paper. But I'll go ahead and reserve the slots for paper. Where is paper? There it is right there. There's a lot of items in this game. And then build a school. We need 20 planks. And I just spent a bunch, so we'll have to wait for them to get made. But once we get belts and grabbers and such, we'll be able to do a lot more with this logistics. Do something like that. That way they can walk around a little bit if they need to. And we're making a ton of paper now. How many do we have? Only 7? Okay, quit spending them, Wally. We also may need to increase... Wait, why are they stuck? Oh, I know why it's stuck. Because I forgot to put this guy back over here. After he finished cleaning out the base. Now it'll move again. How about if you come over on this side of the thing? That way you can stand in between the two. There you go. On the path, and have just to do a little hop. Hop, hop. It looks like he's able to more than keep up. Excellent. Okay, now I can build a school. And I'm just going to put it down here. We need a few more just for... There we go. The school doesn't have any outputs. Does it? I don't think so. Put a person in there. And they can take the paper into the school. And then we can set the school recipe for... Oh, we need to upgrade our base first. Okay. What does the base take? 10 wheels. Well, that was a waste of time. Okay. Then let's set up some wheel manufacturing here. Take some of these roads out, paths out. And I want to... I'm going to set up a workshop. BWW? No. BDW. There we go. Workshop. W for workshop. Right here, right next to it. And then we can set that to make wood wheels. And this barn's already got 2 items in it. And I don't want to have any more than that, I don't think. So I'll set up another barn over here. Or maybe here. Yes, let's do here. Let's remove these trees. Because I want to be able to put a forest over here and provide logs into that. So this might be better. Okay, and then this is going to have wheels. Wheels again, and then nothing. Excellent. And we need a worker because we can't logistic. Oh wait, we need 2 workers actually. Oops. All right. There we go. Need 2 workers actually. Okay, one here who's going to take the planks into the workshop. And I should probably do the reserve on one of these so that we don't put those too much in there. And then let's do the barn. Let's do the wheels into the barn. Okay, fine. Stand on that little tile then. And now you're stuck, and you can have a little tile there too. All right, so now we should have... Let's upgrade our houses. No, it's not. The reason I'm saying not is because we already don't have enough planks for all of this. We did make a couple of wheels, but we needed 10. This is already full. This is all full. So the stone work here is done. We can probably decommission one of these guys. Maybe. We don't really need to yet. We might as well have all the people we can have before we start deleting them. All right. So we just need more of those to get made, and the reason it's so slow is because we're not getting enough logs in. Okay. Well, then let's steal one of these guys. I want you to deliver everything, please. Oh, there we go. Drop off everything. Okay. We'll just leave that 1 stone in the base. We'll use it next time we build something that takes stone. And then I think I want another person here. Picking up trees. And actually this one can also help for now. Because we obviously can't do anything with the school until we get the base upgraded anyway. Okay, now we're finally making planks that can be made into wheels. Now that we have a reserve made. And this is kind of what I meant by spread out. I have one, like, a cluster of buildings making something, but then away from it I have another cluster of buildings making something else. Because you kind of want a production line together. And this isn't a good production line yet, just because we're still kind of learning and figuring out and everything. But in terms of like good production line, once we can get to a balance of, okay, we need X amount of people picking logs, which goes into X amount of lumber mills making planks, and then those planks go into X amount of workshops making wheels and whatever else is made out of planks and such, and then you kind of work your way up from there. All right, we have 11 wheels now, so we can do this upgrade. Excellent. So they give us 4 more houses. We get the general store now, farming, forestry, and basic logistics. So researches we can do. So now I need my 1 worker, it doesn't matter who, but 1 worker to come back and work on this one so that we can keep that provided for doing forestry, I think, first. Although I guess I should have done basic logistics since we were talking about wanting to have grabbers. I guess I'll do that next. But because I wanted forestry too, because I want to not have as many workers, and I want it to all be automated on a chute instead of having workers hopping around. So now we should be making a bunch of wheels. Yep. And eventually we need to do some additional farming here. Let's look around at what else is on some of these islands. Stone, there's some coal, there's some iron ore. We're going to need that because I remember I saw we needed metal stuff for the victory conditions. Conveyor belts, and I'm assuming, yes, rail tiles as well. Iron ore here, and some coal over here. I'm going to guess we need the coal for the smelting process. There's some sugar over here, some cotton down there, pear trees, apple trees, lots of stuff. All right, back to town. could also take some of these apple trees into the food market as well. That one worker's not enough to keep up with the production there, or to keep up with the school, but we're already depleting what's paper made, because this is slower than the whole thing of 4 seconds per 2 pieces of paper, so yeah. That fishing boat's still fishing like crazy. Which one are you fishing at? Maybe you're not fishing any because it's full. Could very well be. Or full enough. Anything else we can set up? We could set up a farm. No, we don't have farming yet. We can't set up a farm. We could set up a mill. But I don't know that I really want to do that just now. No, buildings. Let's see, what else can we make? We could make the general store now, but I don't know if we're really producing enough to have a general store. Maybe we are. We do have a mill. We could make flour manually. That's kind of about it right now. How close are we here? 68%. This island's kind of tight. We do have grain over here. Maybe we should work our way that way and set up the farming of the grain and the mill and everything over there, and just let this one keep providing as much grain as possible to the houses. But we definitely need to improve that fish process there. We get a oh, we can. Okay, we're gonna take fish from here to there on a wagon now, which will be a little bit more efficient than Mr. Hops over here. Okay, workers only cost 5 coins, so yeah, we can just delete workers. We have plenty of coins. What do you get? Do you get the coins back when you delete? Maybe you do. It looked like it went up by 5 at the time, but it could have been sales and such. Let's do these housing upgrades too, because that'll give us more population space. We'll get them all up to upgrade 2, or level 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, that's it. Okay. And just about done with forestry. There we go. Foresters and tree planters. We didn't use the tree planters before. Oh, that's basically like farm tiles for trees. Okay. Let's go ahead and start. Let's do the basic logistics next. Oh, we need red coins for that. We can't do that. Let's do farming then. And let's start delivering to a general store. Start delivering some stone blocks. I'm gonna take oops. I'm gonna lock that one in as a as input only. And I'm gonna put up a wagon. Nope. To take stone bricks to the general store. And then we'll start selling those. At least as fast as we can make them. So now we can get some red coin. Nice. And so each block that's sold, by the way, generates 1 red coin each. So you can see, like, each time it delivers 4 stone bricks, you see 4 red coins light up on the houses, because that's the capacity. A little bit more there. How's this going? We've almost depleted all of our paper supply. I guess I should have let that get full while we were waiting, because now we're kind of stuck. But I guess we could set up some forestries now. Yeah, let's put one over here to start with. BD and Forester. Maybe something like that. And I want you to do wood foresting. And then we'll do a... Can I do it like this? We tried it before. Not without a grabber, then. Unless... Okay. So just, it needs to be the curve. put it back. And then just knock down the fence. That's alright, fine. But it is working. So now we probably don't need this many people hopping around. So we could potentially take one of them out of the process here. Yeah, we did get 5 coins immediately. Wait, did I delete the wrong one? I think I deleted the wrong one. Oh well, I still got 5 coins either way. Take up some of these now and put in another forester for here. Okay. There. And then do another chute into there. And you're doing wood. Why is it stuck? That's bizarre. Unless it's the path that was still there. Okay, now I'm confused. I don't know why that's not rolling down the chute like this one is. They're on the same level, sure, but so is that one. Wait. Nope. Not what I wanted. Rotate. Can I do it over here then? Oops. Alright, come on. Quit pressing stupid buttons, Wally. There we go. Here. I don't know why that was, but okay. So we probably can get rid of some of these others. Let's see. Do we have enough coming in now? Maybe not. Or maybe so. Yeah, I actually think we do, because this is... might be filling up slowly. And if it is, then that's all we need to worry about. As if we're slightly overfilling our what we're currently drawing. Which you call balance. Okay, let's do that and this. Give him another path to walk on. How about that one too? Eventually we'll be able to do what I've talked about before and get that out of there. If anyone has any idea other than a bug as to why that chute wasn't working here, let me know in the comments. Let's also set up another forester over here, foresting these apple trees. And then I think I'll just get a cart to cart them down. Path in there, and then cart here, taking apples to the food market. We could do a chute. I would want to get a grabber first, though, so we could grab out of a higher height and send them over to the food market above everything, like in the sky. That would be the aim for that. And now we have farming, a farm building, a pasture building, and the farm tile. And we've seen this before. Farms will automatically harvest nearby resources and replant them when depleted. Farm tiles, water, and fertilizer will speed crop regrowth speeds. And so let's, wait. Oh, we unlocked the ability to have animal pastures. Okay, so let's start the basic logistics research. And we'll end here. This kind of got us along the same way of a start toward the same place we were at in the last level. But we now have at least a few more fish being harvested and brought over to the food market, so we can keep people a little happier with that food. And 57%. That's pretty good. It's much better than it was. Grains are slow, but I'm going to leave it as slow as it is for right now. And then and fruit is very satisfied, so that's good. And then the general store, just a little bit of happiness with stone construction because, well, we're reserving the rest, and they're only getting what we have. But we sold 87 stones, so that's not a small amount of things to sell. All right, so we're gonna leave this here, and we'll come back in the next episode and set up a farm way down here around this grain, and we could even start harvesting these pear trees too, and set up a farm down here around the grain, and set up a mill, and maybe we'll have kitchens by that point, and we can start baking bread from that grain. So thank you all for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.